So Cole, tell us about your experience in Kitchen Nightmares today.
All right. All right. So,
bro's ready to unload.
Before you jump in, I just want you all to know that he didn't actually go on the Kitchen Nightmares show. This isn't anything as illustrious as that. But
he's an hour and a half late to the podcast, so I'm joking. He's 40 minutes.
He's more like 45 minutes.
I was about to say,
I just wanted to say a bigger number, but anyway, go ahead.
Bigger number, better.
He's like 45 minutes late to the podcast.
Let me turn the clock back to 4 p.m. I was sitting in this spot, and my parents said, "Hey, we're going out to dinner tonight
Must be the money.
after you go to the gym." I go to the gym at 5 o'clock, and I am there for about an hour. So I was like, okay, ideally, we'll be at the restaurant at 6:30, and we'll be back by like 7:30, and then we'll be totally fine to meet the podcast. So, well, let me get to that in a sec. So we get there, right? This place has like we've never been there before, for context. And it's like this, it's a barbecue place. So they're like, oh, try our smoked meats and our jerk chicken and our wah stuff. And it's like, okay.
Whose chicken did you jerk?
And we sit the chicken, we jerked it off.
They jerk their chicken, yeah.
I see.
Yeah, they do it.
Noted.
Yeah, only the really fancy places let you.
They jerk your chicken when you walk in the door.
There's no nice.
It's bring your own chicken.
There's just jerk chicken.
It's bring your own
not
chicken
this
night.
time. But
Bring your
not
own
this
chicken
time.
is insane.
That's just Korean barbecue, dude. Just bring your own. Continue.
But
yeah.
We sit down and we're like, wow, there's a lot of people here. And then our waitress, who, granted, very sweet person, but she just can't control anything. She was like, yeah, just to let you guys know, we're running low on our chicken and some other meat that I wasn't going to get. And all of a sudden, this busboy did this multiple times, by the way. He walked up and he kind of like leaned behind her in the ear to whisper. And he was like, we just ran out of jerk chicken. We just ran out of the beef tips. We just ran out of the pulled pork. And he did that like 5 times. And my family was like, okay, then what are we going to eat? Because you guys don't have any food. And our waitress gave us an out. She was like, guys,
you should just
you
leave.
can leave.
You should
have said that.
And we
yeah.
didn't. I was like, Mom and Dad, leave it to you. And they had faith. They were good people.
Oh,
who
what
had
a
faith,
mistake.
and you know,
Never have faith.
What
Yeah.
a mistake. Have
Definitely
faith.
a mistake.
PSA,
Oh my
anyone
God.
that is ever going to a restaurant ever, if the waitress says to you or the waiter says to you to not do something or to not get something or to leave, you should just listen to them.
You should just go.
This is just proof of that. This is actual proof.
Because you're the
of
one
that.
paying them, so if they don't want you there, you should just go.
Just go.
Be like, hey man, this shit's ass. You should leave.
So
The
I
waitress said that
didn't
she could
because they
no
were
longer
out.
jerk your chicken.
There was no
so-
chicken to jerk.
Mm.
Like it was nothing. And so now I forgot to mention this, but when we walked into the restaurant, I noticed this greasy Italian guy.
Damn.
And he had a big
You said that like a
That sounded really racist.
and
That's my people, bro.
okay,
you gotta
wait, no,
walk
that's
it
not
back
what
a
I
little
meant.
bit.
that sounded
all right?
so racist.
no, I'm sorry. No, listen, I have some of my best friends are Italians, all right? Like Listen.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
me,
All right, I'm
motherfucker.
sorry.
Walk that shit back. All right.
That's not what I meant. It's just he had his hair. He was distressed. He was a distressed individual. He was the manager.
How about you
All right, but
distress
he had
some
this- he had
bitches
this-
on your dick?
He had this humongous gold chain with like a cross that was like probably like 4 inches or something.
how
Like it
we
was
do, baby.
huge. Like, I mean, he had some serious bucks or something. But so I noticed him when we walked in, and
You don't have no more.
and so we sat down, and the waitress was. When she mentioned the food being gone, she was like, all right, what do you guys want to drink? And we asked for our drinks. And then all of a sudden, I was looking at my phone, or I was talking to my dad, and all of a sudden it hit me. I looked at my watch. I was like, we've been here for like 30 minutes, and we haven't even gotten our drinks.
They were telling you to leave. I'm just saying.
yeah.
And we...
She literally told you to leave.
So-
Hold on. Before you even complete this story, she
I
told
know,
you to leave. She ghosts you for 30 minutes, and you're like, I need her so bad, and you
I need her is
What I just
crazy.
said. That is not what I just said. I don't even know her name. Anyway,
That's
no,
crazy.
all right, listen, I made a mistake. There was a lapse in my judgment.
You made multiple.
honestly, our judgment.
I was
Our
gonna say there's
entire
not just one
judgment.
mistake in this story.
Yes, but
There's
and
the
so-
not leaving the restaurant, the racism about the Italian guy.
That is
the-
not. No, listen, guys. No, all right. Listen,
Yeah, there's no salvaging this one, bud.
it was around this time when we realized we didn't get our drinks,
Okay.
and I saw there were people on the other side of the restaurant, and this is where Kitchen Nightmares started. First of all, Hell's Kitchen was playing at the bar, which is really funny.
Oh, that's cool.
But
Yeah.
it was like there was this waitress, and she kept walking around to every table with food, and then she finally put the food down, and then she would do the same thing over and over again. And then there's this manager who's just this guy is just caked in sweat. Like he's just going like, oh, like he's so distressed. He's like touching his face. He's like he's
That fucking made me
super stressed
shudder.
out.
Jesus.
And this
He's
waitress
oiling
is just
himself
like,
up, you know?
and so
Getting ready.
then and there's a table next to us, and he's like, what kind of meat you get? Like what did you get? And they were like, we got this, which is the complete opposite of what we ordered actually. And he was like, oh, well, let me get that for you. Hey Chelsea, come here, come on, let me do it. And it was like hurt. I was like looking around for cameras. I was like, is Gordon here? Like, am I actually here? Like, this is the
front of the
craziest I've
Walgreens?
ever seen a restaurant in my
real.
life. The whole
For
staff was
real.
bewildered, and the busboy just became he became like the paper boy to all the waitresses to
Oh,
be
shit.
like ding dong, like there's no more meat left at this barbecue place, and it's like it's a Wednesday.
Oh, it's a barbecue
or it's a
place.
Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday,
Wednesday,
yeah.
bro. Like
That just tells me
what-
they might
what
have
is
gotten,
happening?
like,
there's no
a-
sports game. There's no nothing.
Yeah.
And so then we finally order our food, which is when we actually could have had our second out. Now that I'm thinking about it, and we still didn't take it.
You're
Ooh.
third. This is your third one.
third.
First one
Technically
was
the
when she
third,
explicitly
yeah.
told you. Second one was the ghosting for 30 minutes.
Woo!
This is the third.
Dude,
We're on number
and
3.
I'll send a picture later, and if you want to put it in the video, you can. But when I finally got my food, it was like hilariously small. I got like
Was it cold?
I got like this little pile of sausage, and then like have you ever gone to like a sports game and you know those little containers where they put like pretzel bites or fries in it or something?
Mm-hmm.
That was like halfway filled with rice. And then I got a little piece of cornbread, and I was like, that's it.
How much did they?
I
How much did
waited
they
that
charge you
long?
for? How much did they charge you for it?
It was like $15.
Get owned. You just got
Oh,
robbed.
man,
and robbed.
I got a
Like-
salad too. I got
Bro,
a
that's why
salad
she told you
too,
to
but it was
leave.
like the worst salad.
For real, yeah.
I'm just saying, she told you to leave and then she robbed you. Like, I don't know. I think.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I
Such
don't
is
know.
life, man.
So,
Such
but
is
we
life.
kept hearing like these conversations on other tables, and they were saying the same thing. It felt like I was in a video game, and there were all these NPCs like warning me, like, "Don't come in here," and I still ignored them. I just completely entered the dungeon, like, and I suffered for it.
The boss fight music
But-
started playing. You were like, "That's fine. I don't need the save point."
Yeah. Oh, and then the funny
Yeah,
thing
no.
is that this I noticed, and I don't know what this means, but the manager who was so, he was like, look at my neck, look at my chains, look at my gold crucifix on my
I thought you were gonna
chest."
say, "Look at my nipples," and I was getting really concerned for like a second. And then,
No.
So was I.
No, I actually never talked to him. I just observed from afar.
Did you
Uh,
observe his nipples or?
I honestly,
I sure hope you don't.
no, I don't.
I hope you got a good long look at those nips.
I didn't see them pepperonis.
Those fucking pepperonis, yeah.
The paperboy
he
came up
talked-
behind and was like, "We have no more pepperoni. Sorry."
It's over.
Oh my
It's over, dude.
gosh, dude. But he hid after all the embarrassing stuff that he did or that happened with the customers, just literally getting the exact opposite thing of what they ordered. He was like, "I'm just gonna tuck this chain in my shirt. I got nothing to show off." And he like kept putting it. He was down in shame. And that's
Jesus,
that's really
I'm
it.
not proud of him.
I mean, it was mediocre food with like little portions, and it was that much. And then and then that was it.
It didn't sound
And,
like you
uh,
got food, to be honest. It looks.
Yeah,
It
and
feels
this-
like you just
okay,
got a
so-
snack. You know what I mean? Like.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
so here's the funny thing is that
Facts.
so here's a little something to make up for it, just for me though.
Oh,
Like, would I
Was
when
the
I
waitress
get
cute?
home from the
Oh.
gym?
never mind.
When I get home from the gym, I want to eat now. Like, I want food now. I'm a hungry son of a bitch. Like, I'm ready to eat whatever's in front of me.
Yeah,
Like, they gave me
hey,
this, they gave
ladies?
me they gave me this crummy salad with just lettuce and the runniest ranch ever, and I just scarfed it down anyway. And I scarfed down everything I had, but
Well, you
my
didn't have
family
much.
at the table with me, the family at the table with me was so disappointed in their food that they were just like, "Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I fucking ate it. and so I got a full belly a little bit anyway, but like
One
I'm
meal
surprised
for the
I
price
have
of three.
composure.
Yeah.
I don't understand their
Yeah.
logic here.
Yeah.
Like,
My-
you waited for the food and you're paying for it. Like, you might as well eat it. Why are you
And you know what's
passing
the
it off?
meat that was available? I don't remember if I said this. The meat that was available, you had an upcharge, and we still had to pay the upcharge for those who ordered it. Yep. I don't know why we stayed. I don't know. I mean,
What?
technically,
Well,
Thank
you
you.
didn't pay for it, right?
I didn't. Thank
Yeah.
you, mom and dad.
Easy
You're
peasy.
beautiful, beautiful people. I love my parents.
A
Um,
beautiful people.
They are beautiful people.
A
That's what I
single
meant
one.
to say. Yeah.
A singular beautiful
thankfully-
Which one is it? Vote in the
Thankfully-
comments below.
Yes, please do actually, you know. But thankfully my brother had a pen and
Pineapple
we had our
pen,
napkins and we played tic-tac-toe and I tried to draw a chair that was across the room. That's how bored we
Bro,
were.
you
That's
were-
how
you
long
were-
we waited.
You definitely
Yeah,
were.
my dad won the first tic-tac-toe game. And then I
Tac tac
How do you-
tac-tac-tac Patty went.
So I gotta say, how do you lose tic tac toe? Like if you're not completely stupid,
So
then
I-
like you're
well,
guaranteed.
It's because
right?
I lose it all the
forgot
time.
I forgot how the corner well, actually, that is a good point. I was circle, so like X usually just or whoever goes first always wins. But I forgot the corner technique,
I don't
like
know, I go first
how
and
that
lose.
worked, and so I prepped for it incorrectly. So then the next time, and honestly, if I'm playing tic tac toe, man, I'm not gonna be a little bitch and use like the meta. Like, come on, let's be a little bit more interesting here. You know, like I'm gonna just put it right in the middle to start and see what happens. You know, like I'm not that kind of guy. But anyway, that's my entire rant. I think if I have anything else, I'll probably just remember it in silence and hate myself for a while. But if there's anything to learn today, is what Nasania said, and that is when the person serving you gives you an out, you take it.
You just take it,
immediately,
bro.
because there is
Yeah.
some funny business going
Yeah,
on.
especially like if you order
Yeah.
something and they're like, don't order it.
Don't do
Should
that,
not
yeah.
order it.
Well, that I mean that didn't happen, but like, yeah. So I'm sorry. That was my little dissertation.
Not to mention that, like, you
podcast.
know, because this country has a fucked up tip system, waitresses and waiters are incentivized to tell you when something is shit. Because
Yeah, that's literally what
most
I just said.
most people will,
Yeah.
like, you know, they'll blame the waiter or the waitress for the bad dish, not the cook.
which is so
You know.
stupid.
Dumb.
but
Yeah,
it's
I
how-
hate
It's
it.
very
I hate
dumb.
it.
It's
Dog
super
shit.
dumb. But it's like,
Yeah.
so yeah, they need to tell people, like, hey, no, that shit sucks. Don't get it. So yeah.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I give her prop. Like she was literally great. Like, and we just didn't listen to her.
This is the exact
And
opposite,
this is
right? Of how
why, audio listeners, you should believe women when they speak.
Yeah.
so this is how you know that you're not on Kitchen Nightmares, because the waitresses on that, since they're, you know, being paid for their appearance, they're just going to tell people to get the shittiest stuff so that Gordon can see the reaction of all the customers
That's
getting
true.
the awful food.
I was really hoping
know?
for like the manager to like throw down a plate or somebody start yelling. Like that's when I want to know.
That would have been fun.
Exactly.
True, yeah.
That's what I thought it was building up to, but it didn't.
You were waiting for him to, like, pull off his chain and just, like, hit somebody with it or something.
Dude, some like Castlevania stuff where he throws his cross and it comes back on
crouton?
him. That'd be so sick.
I'll kill you
No one
and
said
the
that.
night.
It's not-
Well, he said throw his crew, and then he said cross. But he said crew first,
Well, it's because
and I said crouton.
I guess it's technically not a
Yeah.
crucifix because it didn't have. I don't know.
I was gonna say it doesn't have Christ
It
on
doesn't
it,
have
so it's a cross.
It doesn't have
No
Big J
Christ.
on it.
Yo, shout outs to
Yeah.
Big J. That's my dog.
Yeah, bless up, as they say.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you guys had bad restaurant experiences like that or worse or anything, or not really?
I mean, not in a very, very long time, because usually when I go to restaurants, it's just like me and one other person. There's rare instances, obviously, like when I'm at GDQs, but most of the time I will just go by myself, and like they're not really gonna.
They can't fuck
skip
it up.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
can't
it's one
fuck it up. Like
person,
it's
like,
literally
exactly.
one person, so it's just like I'm usually just in and out of there, or I like sit at the bar and eat or
Not to be
whatever.
confused with In-N-Out, the fast food chain. And
Yeah, because we don't have that on the East Coast. So
Yeah.
yeah. I will say that like I think there was one year that we went to a local Italian place here, and so again, Italians, come on, y'all, we need to get it the fuck together. So it was for like my mom's
Dang,
birthday or whatever, and it was sort of a similar situation, but they also had us at a table that was like in the middle of fucking everything, but things just took forever to get to our table. But I mean, we were kind of a large party, but not like too big. But it just took fucking forever to get out of there, man. But that's probably the last time that I had like straight up a bad experience. I will say that like an Applebee's that I went to recently,
Well, I mean,
well, usually when I go to Applebee's,
Dude,
I have
Applebee's could be kind of fire.
I have a decent experience there. Like, I know what I'm signing up for. But there was one
Right.
Applebee's that I went to recently where like the alcoholic
Sorry.
beverages just tasted like they were serving me colored water, bro. Like somebody was thinking real hard about whatever flavor it was supposed to be next to me, But like that's the only Applebee's where I've had that experience, and I'm just like, all right, well, this sucks, but
Some Applebee's are so fire, dude. Like when I was in college, man, and they
about?
had
facts,
the,
yeah.
what are
they
you
had the
talking
Bacardi.
about? What are we talking
No,
about?
no,
Where
no,
am
no.
I? Oh,
No.
I'm in a
Let's-
call
let
of
me-
3 white people. Never mind. Carry on.
Whoa. All right. Well, first of all, they had these things called Dollaritas, and they still come back occasionally.
Not to be
That
confused with
is the-
salsaritas.
Yeah.
That is the best way to get drunk on a budget. The best way to get drunk on a budget. It's $1 for like a glass that's like this big, and it's already got like that much liqueur in it, and it's great. They have Bacardi buckets too. They had endless wings
hold
and
on.
fries.
I have a
That's
feeling
just dope.
that you
The
could go
price
to
of
a liquor
food
store
makes it taste better.
and buy liquor cheaper than that. And I don't
Probably
It's
drink.
$1.
but I
It's a cup like
think
this, and
you
it's
could
$1.
probably do
Yeah.
that.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but it's like, come on, man.
You can't say it's
For
the
a
best
dollar,
way. And then be
I
like,
don't
you know what?
know.
I guess
Why
you're
are
right.
you hating on this, man? It's balling
'Cause
on
it's
a
funny.
budget.
It might not be the best way, but it's probably the cheapest.
It's a
And I
way.
think that
It's a-
that's
It's a pretty good way. I don't know.
It's pretty.
Dude, but
I mean, it's
they had
decent.
endless wings and fries for like $10.
That's pretty.
I
good.
think.
Yeah.
That was way long ago though, and I made
It's
use
probably
of it.
because it's
And they give
endless
you a
because no one
celery
wants
stick
them.
every time, and I said, "Stop that shit! Stop giving me fucking celery sticks. I'm not gonna eat it. I'm sorry. I'm there for the chicken."
I don't.
Sorry,
I still
feel
don't
like I'm just
understand the
talking this
celery.
whole podcast.
Honestly, no, you're
Probably
good.
just
Nice
like a
change of
palate
pace.
cleanser. I don't know.
I
Cole
guess.
wishes he
I
went to
don't know, man.
Applebee's today, audio
I
listeners.
do, dude. That sounds so fire.
Honestly, like compared to
And you are
the
white,
experience
Cole,
that he
baby.
had, Applebee's would probably be an
it's an up.
improvement.
I mean, McDonald's is
Yeah,
an
listen,
upgrade
I'm
from
not
that.
saying-
Straight up.
Yeah.
21.
At least with
I'm not saying
McDonald's, you get the food
Applebee's is
quick.
like fine dining.
That's
It
true.
might be
And he
the-
would have been on the podcast on time if he
Yeah,
went to
it's
McD's.
true. Yeah,
That's right.
dude, he'd have been the first one in the call if he went to McDonald's. like,
Hey, people have been saying
That's
this.
true.
true.
Or he would
I mean,
be
even
stuck
if
on the
the food would
toilet.
be like-
one of the two.
Just the that's true. Yeah, it's like the worst food on planet Earth, but at least he would have been on time. Like, that's really about it.
But like Nasani or Jackson, you haven't had like bad restaurant experiences as
I'm
of
sure I
late?
probably have, but nothing like especially traumatic comes to mind to me at the moment.
So I'm gonna have an answer for you, and I don't think this is what you're going to expect. But I'm
boy.
broke, so I don't really go out and eat. It's not
Hey,
a thing
that's
I do
fair,
very
you know?
often. So I don't have that many.
It's expensive now, dude.
And normally,
Yeah, that's why I don't do it.
And normally when I go out, since I used to work in the service industry, I just like I know how to talk to the waiter
Yeah,
or waitress so
same.
that they know
Right,
that
yeah.
I know, and then I just always get really good service because I know how to talk to them in a proper way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's my secret. Be really nice to them and just be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah,
get it.
it turns out being like nice to service workers is actually a pretty solid strategy.
Pretty good life hack. Yeah.
Yeah, literally, if you just want to make your server like you, just like whenever they're like, oh, sorry, I need to do this or whatever, just be like, yeah, no worries. Like, take as long as
Yeah,
you need.
literally.
So anything like that,
Literally.
like just like saying that like you don't need to do whatever the fuck right now, you have time. Easy hack.
Yeah.
Just let them do their
Super
job
easy.
because
Easy
I would say 90% of servers are really good at doing their job, basically because they have to be good at doing their job because how they get paid is through you, nigga, and not through the institution. So they have to pander to you and not their boss.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's why you should believe your waitress when she tells you to fucking leave.
All right,
Sure,
I get it.
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, I would say definitely like eating alone too in a restaurant is a significantly different experience.
I feel
than, like,
very
eating
weird
with a
doing
group.
that, which is also why I don't do it.
That's
That'll
fair.
do
I
it,
like
yeah.
doing it.
It feels lonely as fuck. That's like the other
I
big
just feel
thing.
like I'm
It's
being
just like-
perceived,
I
and I
don't-
don't want to be perceived. You know what I mean?
I don't really feel like lonely at all when I do it. Like the most of the time that I used to do it was when I would go to like a local noodle shop on my day off, and I would just go there for lunch. Like just
If it's
to-
like a local, like,
Yeah,
I
just
feel like
less
that's
go
different.
out.
I feel like if it's like a
Yeah.
local place, acceptable. I feel like if you're
Yeah.
going to like,
So if it's a branded restaurant, it's different.
I think if you're going to like a branded sit down restaurant, yeah, I like if I'm walking in
Easily.
Applebee's alone, like what the fuck am I doing?
Oh,
like, come on.
man.
If I'm
Yeah,
walking
that's
to
just kinda-
Longhorn
that's just
Steakhouse
kinda
alone,
tragic.
like I don't know, Olive
Well,
Garden
Long-
alone, like come on,
Come on.
bro. Like, you can't be doing.
I mean,
Actually, you might be able to go to Longhorn alone just because that place is actually fucking fire. But
yeah.
See, if I'm ever in a situation where I'm like that, I will always just put the earbuds in and just kind of use that as a method to distract from that feeling of being perceived.
oh yeah,
Does that
or
make
like
sense?
a laptop and
Yeah.
you pretend like you're doing actual work, but
Yeah.
really you're just like watching
Yeah.
the NBA.
You
Or-
pull up a blank Excel spreadsheet and then you just type random things in the cells.